lands and bottoming them is so much better than like casting Painful Truce and like drawing into 2 to 3 lands. Yeah, but Deuce, on turn 3, 9 times out of 10, you have to discard if you Painful Truce for 3. Like, you're on the play and you didn't have a turn 1 or turn 2 play, which isn't super uncommon in this format, you're going to have to discard. Another ramp deck. Yeah, but you don't need the 8th land or the 9th land to continue operating. You need like the 5th and the 6th land. And when you're trying to find the 5th and the 6th land, you want to be able to actually look for them. Alright, well, you can beat a Dragon Lord, so I'll take the vegetation. Yeah, when you have Jace to provide card selection too, again, that effect gets even more powerful. But without it, like, it's much worse. Top. So next turn we go Transgress Cut, maybe? Actually, next turn I might go Transgress, and the following turn go Cletus Cut. I think I like that. Pilgrimage is pretty good. He's got a bunch of forests in his hands. Yep, play this. Next turn we'll go Cletus Cut. The following turn we go Chandra, and hopefully just get him before he does stuff. Alright, we got plenty of lands to do everything, so need to try and kill him quickly. Another Cletus, not exactly what we're looking for. I don't think Cruise is better than Dig Through Time most of the time, and I don't think that card was legal long enough in any of the formats where Dig Through Time could really have proved it was better for people to realize just how much better Dig Through Time was than Treasure Cruise. Treasure Cruise was only better than Dig Through Time in decks that literally just wanted to cast 1 mana spells and cycle through their entire deck, like the Delver Prowess Young Pyromancer decks. In any deck that wasn't just like an all-in cast all my 1-drop spells aggro deck, Dig Through Time was better in the decks that could cast it. And I don't think it's particularly close. You don't believe me? Treasure Cruise into 3 lands a few times and then start casting Dig. There's context to all of these things, but I think in general, in more decks, Dig Through Time is way more powerful. Well, we won a game. What are we doing here? Grasp and Roast come out. Obnex comes out. Yep. That's a bet. Mulligan, no early pressure, no interaction. Pressure and interaction. Alright. Bottom that. That was a good draw as well, because now we can fetch and duress on 1 here, and then still play advocate on 2. We're going to have to choose between the 2 to start. He has Rattleclaw, has Pilgrimage, has Vegetation. I think we're just taking Vegetation. It's the most powerful one. I guess that being said, if we take... Well, this just gets Forest, right? There are 2 or more basic Forest. So we could take the Pilgrimage, and the reason to take the Pilgrimage is then... After we kill Rattleclaw, he can't do anything the following turn, but Vegetation and then killing the Rattleclaw means he can't cast Roast, so I think we're just going to do this. There's no guarantee that he's going to have a Mana Guy, Zach. Since he does have a Mana Guy, we are going to Impulse it, though. Although it's possible we're supposed to play the Advocate and make him choose between Pilgrimage and Roast next turn, but this way the Roast is just stranded if he doesn't draw a... If he doesn't draw a red source. Alright, well, we got a Chandra. She closes so quickly. So his hand is Roast Forest X. Alright. And it all comes full circle that in the reality, the problem in every format is the stupid fetch lands. They should just never have printed these cards and they should ban them. Or they should have made the fetch lands fetch basic lands only instead of duels. Like, fetches are just the problem in every format most of the time. They make things expensive. They make shuffling miserable. Just like fetch lands are just like the greatest offender of everything that's wrong. So he can cast anything in his deck. He's got like 10 mana here. This is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 with an Hoogland. So yeah, man. I'm roasted. Alright, well, we're going to cast Chandra on time. We got that going for us. And then, so he just has to draw 4 bricks. 4 bricks in a row. That probably means he's not bricking. Hopefully it's just Ulamog, or Ugin. I guess Ugin gets Ulamog. Hopefully it's, yeah, Atarka is fine. It doesn't trigger Sanctum. Atarka is great for us, actually. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you can cast it. If he doesn't cast it, it's awkward because then we can't play Chandra. If he does cast it, we just get to ruin his path. Fetch lands don't reduce variance. If you're going to make an argument that fetch lands thinning your deck reduces variance, the amount that they do that is so negligible it's non-existent essentially. So don't try and make that argument. Fetches don't reduce variance. That's not what they do. All right, come on, build a house with all of your bricks. Build a house with all of your bricks. That's Morph. That's fine. You got a Rattleclaw Mystic, buddy. You already had all the mana. I mean, he needs to kill us. Like, what's he gonna do? Play around one of our 2 Chandras? I would play the dragon there if I was him. He needs to kill us. I'd feel bad after my opponent played a Chandra, but like, you have to. It's not exactly optional. Come on. Build a house with all of your bricks, sir. Be one of the 3 little pigs. You can do it. Brick by brick by brick. Build your house. Do 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 do. Come on. Brick by brick. Cast a ramp spell. Yeah, cast a ramp spell. This is how we beat the ramp deck. They brick off, and they brick off, and they brick off, and then they die. If they don't do this, we cannot win. Is that lethal? That is lethal, isn't it? Let's get draw. Oh, I'm an idiot. That's not lethal. That's close to lethal though. I don't know why I thought this was a 4/4. That would be so busted. Headed somewhere else. Look, we don't do addition in graduate school. That's what you have calculators and undergrads for. Alright, that's an Atarka. Thankfully, this Quagmire is currently lethal. And he has to leave, so he's dead on board currently. Alright, well, we're 2-1 against ramp decks now with this. And whenever I beat the ramp deck, regardless of what I'm playing, I always feel like I got away with something. Like, they just bricked off for too long. Like, he was an Hoogland or a World Breaker or an Ulamog away from just, like, sticking it in us real hard. And he didn't get there. He drew Dragon Lord Atarkas. So we won. You know, skill game. That is exactly the tune.